Today's episode, It's a Small World, was inspired by the universal focus of service in all three destinations. In fact, the world's top hospitality training is in Switzerland. Thailand is known for its warmth and gracious welcoming, and Greek culture is beloved by all. Welcome to Wedaways, Getaways. We are so excited to have you spend some time with us today. I'm here with three wonderful representatives of property partners from around the world, and Pamela Goldman, who is my wonderful partner and business partner and daughter, and she will be accepting any questions you have. So if you're watching live or if you are watching our recorded session, either via our website or on YouTube, please send us any questions you have about the properties to hello@wedaways.com, and we will definitely get back to you. Wedaways is a dual-sided marketplace. We have a dynamic search engine that features properties around the world that cater to the luxury wedding and honeymoon markets. And we have a virtuoso affiliated travel department led by Pamela and her team. And we take care of venue searching, room blocks, ground transfers, excursions, and all of the wonderful bells and whistles you can imagine for client honeymoons. So again, welcome. We're delighted to have you here today. And if you have any questions you're watching live, throw them into the chat box and we'll answer. Greetings, we have Joe representing Rayavadee, Stavrula and Stella in Greece representing Danai Beach Resort, and Katya, who's in Switzerland, representing Kulm Hotel. How's everybody doing? Good. Today we're going to start with Greece. Stavrula and Stella are in Danai Beach Resort, which is in Halkidiki, Greece, a gorgeous part of northern Greece. And it's later for you than any of us, so we're gonna let you go first so we don't keep you up too late. Ladies, please tell us all about your gorgeous property.
Thank you so much. So the Danai Beach Resort and Villas is a member of the leading hotels of the world and is located in the northern part of Greece in the area of Halkidiki, which is worldwide popular for the beautiful sandy beaches. We are only 45 minutes away from the international airport of Thessaloniki, and this is an aerial view of the property. We have our own private sandy beach with sun loungers, day beds, and beach cabanas, and 62 in total suites and villas. The entrance of the hotel, some photos of the different parts, another view of our beautiful sandy beach, a royal beach cabana with a dining area, twin beds from the other side, a working area. Again, the beach cabanas with a double bed and living room and sun loungers. It's like a private house on the beach for the day. Another view of our beach, which is 300 meters long. Some photos from the different suites we have. Our villas have 2, 3, or even 4 bedrooms, and sometimes our clients ask to have a wedding ceremony in our villas, apart from the beautiful beach. All the villas have a private pool and direct sea view. This is our standard category, the junior suites. Again, a view from one of our villas, the private pool, the main outdoor pool. Actually, we have 3 a la carte restaurants. Our Squirrel restaurant has only 5 tables, and every year it receives an award as being one of the 3 best restaurants in our country. We have the Andromeda with the Mediterranean cuisine and Anithos with Greek cuisine. We have also our own yacht, which is 25 meters long. It is a San Lorenzo with 4 cabins. We call it the Bird. So we can do either daily excursions or excursions with an overnight, or one more, of course. We're very proud of having a wine cellar that is among the best ones worldwide. Actually, the wine list has awarded for the last year as being the best one in Greece. We have more than 1,700 labels of world wines. We have our own, let's say, book with recipes of Greece, which is written by our managing director, Mr. Kimon Riefenstahl, who is also on the cover of the book. Within the next years, we're going to develop more projects. Every year that the hotel is closed, every winter that the hotel is closed, the owners do different kinds of renovations. We took very seriously the issue with COVID, so we have our own health protocol that we send to all our partners and clients that they are due to arrive. And that was the presentation of the hotel.
However, I would like to refer back just to the bed, the yacht, because I believe it is a very, very interesting option for Wedaways to know a little bit more about this, because this happens to be extremely popular, especially with the weddings. Like I said, we currently have a wedding in the house, and there is no wedding in this house without our bird being involved. So this is our yacht that we have since 3 years, and it is definitely the #1 product in northern Greece. So this yacht is very spacious. On this particular wedding, and on any other wedding we have before, ever since we have that yacht, always the wedding company would go with this yacht and sometimes several yachts on a day cruise with a barbecue, having some drinks. There are sea bobs on board. You can bring your own music. There is a Dolby surround system. And of course, there is a splash drone to make a wedding party video. So it is just great fun. Then to go to a local taverna and, for example, come back in the evening to go directly to the beach onto the beach party, just barefoot into the sand, for example. However, what we also have are a couple of cabins. So we have 4 cabins, 2 twin and 2 double. And of course, the master bedroom is very, very luxurious. It has a walk-in wardrobe and a huge bathroom. So you would not be surprised to hear that this is also very popular for a honeymoon that you could be going on right after your wedding. So for example, we had this one wedding couple that are departing from the beach, and on the tender boat on the way to the yacht is the just married sign, and all of the wedding company is waving them off as they ship away into their honeymoon. So what we do usually is day cruises around Sithonia. Here you will find some private beaches, a small island, and just beautiful spots to swim. Alternatively, a panorama cruise to see the monasteries of Mount Athos. Mount Athos is a UNESCO World Heritage, and it is only populated by men and monks. So you can see the panorama of these ancient monasteries, which is spectacular. However, for a honeymoon or for a several days trip, we usually recommend going only these 2 hours to see the Mamma Mia Islands, if you know the movie.
Yeah.
Skiathos, Skopelos, Alonissos, and some other small islands around here, which are so romantic. Each island is different, and you can do this very popular island hopping, like waking up in a different area every day, which is a fantastic idea and a fantastic trip. Obviously, this area does not only have very beautiful beaches, but very romantic small tavernas and a lot of history from ancient Greek and legends around these wonderful islands.
My gosh, I mean, I'm ready to buy my ticket. This is incredible. Wow, it's magnificent.
Thank you. Yeah, we agree. And we have a lot of fun on this boat as well. All of our wedding parties or even bigger birthdays really do have a very good time.
We can have, of course, upon request, a chef. We can have a massage, we can have a sommelier, whatever will be requested, yes.
Basically, everything that we offer in the hotel can be very easily exported on board. So babysitters, whatever there is, we will always be able to accommodate close to everything. So now I think we're going a little bit further into our actual wedding concept that we offer here. Just allow me to open it, and maybe several.
Yes, we can show you some photos with the weddings. We can offer also the hotel on exclusivity at the beginning or at the end of our season. The hotel is seasonal, so we open at the middle of April until middle of October. The hotel is open, so we can do it from middle of April until end of May, or from end of September until middle of October. We can have the hotel on exclusivity. Otherwise, during the season, we can organize smaller weddings. I mean, up to 30, 40 guests, which is also really nice. As I told you before, we can organize the wedding ceremony in one of our villas, and usually the majority of our clients prefer this specifically villa. We call it the white villa. Here we have information about the different options that we offer. We can do civil wedding ceremonies. We can have religious wedding, Christian Orthodox, because we're in Greece, ceremonies, or even blessings and exchange of vows and vows renewals. whatever will be requested. We have different concepts about the wedding ceremonies and of course the wedding venues, either on the beach, in one of our retreat restaurants, or even at the bar. Again, about the different wedding concepts. More detailed informations. And these are information about what we can do about the welcome receptions, fancy bar, finger foods and canapes, and then our menus. Everything is tailor-made, however. Wedding cakes ideas. And then again, late snacks. And we can do everything that will be requested by the bride and the groom.
Yeah. So usually what we do is we usually would propose to have a minimum stay here for a wedding, which should be around 3 days. That is the absolute minimum. And we would offer to have a different sort of experience every time. So for example, the guests arrive and it starts off with a beach party or a Greek evening, very casual, a get to know each other, because sometimes the wedding party doesn't know each other so well, but a couple of ouzos will definitely help. And then of course we continue to a different type of experience, for example, with a yacht, to just have some fun. And then of course the day of the wedding, as you can see in the picture above, which was from last year, first of all, the ladies get to enjoy together, getting ready, having champagnes. We also love to have hangers that are engraved, or glasses that are engraved, slippers, the whole thing. So the ladies get to spend their time together and become beautiful for the big event. And the gentlemen might be there with a few whiskeys or beers and some cigars. So they will do their program. And then of course we have the big ceremony. We have beautiful ceremonies at the beach, as you can see in this picture. And the other one that Savrula mentioned is in one of our beautiful villas, because decorated with the flowers, when the bride is just walking down these stairs towards the sea, it is absolutely fascinating. And we can accommodate up to 80 people easily on this villa, seated. And then of course there are going to be candy bars or canapes, whatever the guests like best. And then from there we would go to the restaurants and then have, of course, a nice wedding party at the beach or in the bar with music, DJs, live concert.
Yes, exactly.
There is very little that we would stop our creativity when it comes to weddings.
It's amazing. You have a photograph on Wedaways.com of a piano on the beach. Are you still doing that?
Oh, yes, we still do that. So we also have some private dinner option at the beach. So what we usually do is you would come down the stairs and there is the beach, which is completely dark at that time. And there is a pathway of candles leading to an isolated table on the beach. We also have a grand piano on the beach with a piano player or even in the water. And of course, a lot of decorations. You're all to yourself, candles in the sea. There is so much you can do. It's very romantic. And we have more than one proposal that happens there during the year. But of course, every single one is tailor-made. I will share one very beautiful story that we had from a proposal at the beach, where we blindfolded the bride-to-be who was about to be asked. However, all the family was waiting in their home in the UK, and we brought out a big screen, and they were all standing there with glasses of champagne. So for the moment when she said yes, everybody could be cheering together. Yes. It was so beautiful. So there is so much we can do. It's a very romantic setting here, the hotel. It's just, it's ideal for wedding. There's so much, just so many flowers here. Just the whole area is so quiet, private, and beautiful. You can have relaxing time at the beach, and at the same time, all these gorgeous, like little event corners where something can happen every day. I believe, yeah, we're doing a really, well, I wouldn't mind getting married with us here.
Yeah, you know, I think especially for wedding planners that are coming from the US or the UK, wherever they are, from our partners, our network, they know they have such confidence knowing that when they arrive, look, it's a foreign country for us. It's not in, you know, English is not your first language. Greek is, and it's Greek to us. So it's a wonderful that you've got all of the infrastructure built in that they can support. You can support all of you know, all of the work that they need to do with their clients. So it's fantastic. It's gorgeous.
And also, since we're quite close to Thessaloniki, we can always organize some party equipment, party rental, light, sound technician, everything that we need very easily. And the other very important point is that we have a phenomenally talented florist not far away from here, which is also a very big point. So she is so remarkable. Everything that you see in these pictures is of course from her, but there is much more that she has done. Beautiful bouquets, always exactly the way the bride would want it. And therefore, I believe, yeah, there should be no difficulties making any wishes come true.
Let's hope that we can all get there very soon, and that we will be able to bring our wedding planners to see the property in person. We've been working on that. I know Stavrula and Rachel have been exchanging a lot of emails, and we're trying to make that happen. So thank you, ladies. It's just spectacular.
Thank you so much. And see you in Greece. We look forward to seeing you all at our hotel.
Don't go anywhere yet. Pamela, do you have any questions?
I do have a few questions. This is such a beautiful property. The beach venue space, is this a private beach?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. And what's the cutoff time for events taking place on the beach?
Sorry, the cutoff.
The music cutoff.
Yeah, what time does the music have to stop if they're having any events on the beach?
You know, that really depends on, first of all, if the hotel is of exclusive use for the whole wedding party. Of course, we're not going to have any cutoff time, sort of. If we do have other guests in the hotel as well, we usually do larger weddings. The larger the wedding, the closer to the end or to the beginning of the season it will be. So if we have only a few other guests in the hotel, we would usually bring them to stay in rooms that are a little bit on a different side, or we will make simultaneously another event. So there are no issues at all when it comes to cutoff time. Like most parties, they will not end before 2 o'clock, 2:30.
Amazing, perfect. And the yacht, what is the capacity of the yacht? How many guests can be on the yacht?
Well, overnight, it can be up to 8 guests for an overnight experience. And for a day cruise, we would be able to have 15.
Exactly.
Oh,
plus,
amazing.
plus the crew, of course. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. And how many crew are on the yacht, typically?
Usually the captain, then we have one head steward, and then we have a stewardess, plus optionally a private chef or spa therapist.
Whatever will be requested, yes.
Fantastic. And if there are weddings that require certain dietary needs, such as Indian wedding or kosher wedding, is this something that the hotel can accommodate?
This is quite difficult because especially kosher, we don't have anybody in this area or even in Saloniki that we could contact for this. Everything would go via Athens, and it would be more complicated to realize. And I believe maybe the food quality or similar will suffer. Right. So now we have no experience in kosher or Indian weddings. But I did have an inquiry once, and I researched it a bit, and we found that it is actually not possible, maintaining the quality at the same time and having a good experience.
You know, being able to say no and knowing where your strengths are gives people a lot of confidence. It's, you know, most people say, yes, you can do anything, but it's good to hear that you know your limitations. Because anyway, we're going to go to Greece. We want to eat Greek food, and we want to celebrate in the Greek way. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Those are the questions for now. I'm sure that we'll have more once the recorded version goes live. And then we'll just shoot those over to you as they come.
Stavrula and Stella, please send Rachel your presentation so we can share it in the follow-up. That's great.
We'll do that. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, we're going to say bye to Greece. You are welcome to stay on, or you can go to bed, whatever you want to do. But we're now going to go to Switzerland, which is a beautiful fairy tale destination that we absolutely adore. And we adore Katya, who's representing Kulm Hotel St. Moritz, one of two properties in Switzerland, two sister properties that we work with, and we will be visiting on Thursday the other property. But today it is all about Kulm, and Katja, take it away.
Thank you very much.
If we can stop sharing screen, ladies.
Oh.
Yeah, I was so absorbed by what you just said about St. Moritz that I almost forgot.
Welcome, Katja. We are so thrilled to have you tell us all about Kulm.
Thank you very much, Renee, for this wonderful introduction. Yes, my name is Katja. I'm based here in Switzerland. I'm sitting currently in my office at Kronenhof, but as you said, I will talk about the Kulm Hotel, and I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing. I will share my screen now. Yeah? Okay, here we go. I think you see my property. Yeah, here we go. Welcome to the Kulm Hotel. The Kulm Hotel is based in St. Moritz, and St. Moritz is in the southeastern part of Switzerland. We are very close to Italy, so we are only 2 hours away from Milan, or 1.5 hours away from Como. And we are a summer and a winter destination, which you can see also here on this beautiful picture. You see the property in the front, and behind you see the huge white field. This is actually a lake. It's frozen in wintertime when we have events taking place on the lake. The whole valley is located on 1,800 meters above sea level. So we are already very high in the mountains, and the highest peak accessible with a cable car is 3,303 meters high. We also have weddings on mountains. As I said, we are also a summer destination. You see this very beautiful here on this picture. And just behind the hotel, the cable car climbs up to one of the mountain areas, the Corviglia. This is also a ski area during the winter, of course. You see the property in the front. It's quite big. It's 300 meters long, and we have 164 rooms and suites. We can accommodate weddings between 200 and 350 people. That's not a problem at all. Let's go into the hotel. I would like to show you the entrance area, the lobby area. You see here a picture. This was done in winter when the fireplace is, of course, also lit. Also sometimes during the summers, because you can imagine also during summer, sometimes it can also be rainy and a little bit more cold. But normally we have 320 days of sunshine throughout the year. This is the statistic given from the St. Moritz Tourism Board. I am not sure if this is really so true, but I have to say, especially this summer, it was just beautiful. Also a picture from the lobby where you see beautiful view over the lake. You saw the lake before frozen, and now you see that it's really a lake, that I was not lying to you.
The color is gorgeous.
Yes, the color is really gorgeous. It's it depends, of course, on the weather. It depends on how sunny it is, but often it's a really green turquoise or bluish. Yeah, very beautiful. And this is a picture done in the morning when there's no wind. Normally in the morning it's always no wind, and in the afternoon we have a light breeze. Let's go into the hotel rooms. As I said, 164 rooms and suites. Most of the rooms are decorated in this style. So it's alpine chic, modern, but the wood is alpine wood, which has a stone pine, called stone pine, and it has a beneficial effect on your body. You have a better and deeper sleep. This might be good for the wedding guests, but of course not for the wedding couple. Here we also have very cozy rooms with open fireplace. Not all the rooms have fireplaces, and some of the fireplaces are actually not working. They are just decoration, but there are some rooms with fireplace, and especially during the winter, for the wedding couple, I think it's a very cozy and romantic atmosphere. And another example. Here you see one of our locations. I will show you some more locations, but all over the property we have 7 restaurants, and this is the Kulm Country Club. This is one of our restaurants. There's also a huge field in front of the country club where we can also, for example, build up a tent if guests like to have a different kind of wedding, or a different an outside wedding. But we also use a lot the country club. This accommodates up to 100 people when it's not seated for a reception, for example, and up to 66 people for a reception. Here you see a picture from the inside. There was a small wedding of 15 or 18 people in the private dining part of the Kulm Country Club. When you see outside, we are surrounded by mountains. This is now back in the hotel. We have, of course, you saw the picture before, we have a huge property, and we have 4 different ballrooms. This is a picture of one wedding in one of the ballrooms where we can accommodate up to 150 guests, especially when a stage or a band needs to be accommodated in the room as well. We would not recommend to go over 180 people here. What you see, this is another picture of the same room. What I especially like about this room is this stunning ceiling. I have historic pictures from the property, and I didn't mention that before, but the property has a history of more than 160 years. And I have pictures dating back, photos dating back to 1910, where you have already this ceiling, this wooden ceiling. And I think it's stunning how they did this during those times to put this solid and heavy ceiling on this wall, but I think it creates a great atmosphere.
Is it a wood floor or is that carpet?
It's also a wooden floor, yes. This is, yeah.
Workmanship, beautiful.
And of course, it depends how the couple likes to have it decorated. There are different options available, a lot of different possibilities. I will talk about vendors a little bit later too. We have also sometimes receptions in the hotel, wedding, but of course we have a lot of different possibilities outside in churches. Also symbolic ceremonies, they can take place in churches, because we have also churches which are kind of an event location. You do not need to have a certain religion. It doesn't matter. If you like the location, you can go there and have the wedding ceremony there. But as I said before, you also see where couples going on the mountains, even in wintertime. You cannot wear a typical dress then, but a typical white dress, but there are different options available too. This was another special wedding. It was a winter wedding just a couple of days prior Christmas, and they wanted to have it very Christmassy decorated with a lot of white. Of course white, but still also with the Christmas trees, and it was a special event. We even changed the floor for this event because they wanted to have this white wooden floor, and normally in this room we have a red carpet.
Wow.
This is a different location. I mentioned before that we can accommodate weddings between 200 and 350 people. And this is the smallest event location. This is the historic Stüwerbad. Our founders of the hotel, they used this place as their office, their living room, their reception area. They welcomed their guests there. And we use it nowadays for private dinners, but also for weddings, for smaller weddings, and especially this summer when we had some requests still for intimate weddings. This was a room which was of high interest. We hosted a wedding 2 weeks ago of 70 guests, but yeah, and it was all working very well. Here in Switzerland, you can currently host events up to 300 people. When you keep the certain regulations, you need to go according to the Swiss law. We have our own florists in the hotel, and our florists, they are the ones who create all the flowery decoration, of course, also for weddings. They have, prior the wedding, they have they talk with the wedding couple themselves to know exactly their wishes and needs and what they are dreaming of, to make sure that they fulfill this dream. Of course, we also work with other florists in the destination, or if a wedding couple has a favorite florist who should do the flower decoration, this is also not a problem for us. Of course, in St. Moritz, you also have the possibility to get all the technical equipment. We have the events, the company who is the vendor who's supporting us with the technical stuff we do not have in the hotel. Of course, there is the possibility to have a DJ up here, and everything which is not available in St. Moritz, you can get it in Zurich. And this is the good thing about Switzerland. We are a very small country, and the way to Zurich is 2.5 hours. So you can organize everything. Also, I think it's important to mention that we have our hairdresser in the hotel, our own hairdresser, and also you can do makeup in the hotel, in the spa area. Yeah. And after or prior the wedding, the couples should also be able to relax. Of course, we have a beautiful spa, and we have our private spa suite, which we often give to our wedding couples. And if the couples do not have the wedding in the hotel, they often come back. They often come to enjoy their honeymoon, and sometimes they even come back with the whole family. But actually, on this picture, you see our GM, Mr. and Mrs. Hunkeler, with their 3 kids. This was my presentation. Do you have any questions? You find more information, of course, on wedaways.com. But yes. I'm also happy to take your questions.
Yes, Pamela, I'm sure, has a couple of questions. I just want to say that Pamela actually was at the property a couple of years ago for her birthday, and Pamela's birthday happens to be on Valentine's Day, so it was and we often talk about cuisine because it's such a high priority with clients. And Pamela, you can share your experience yourself, but the quality, well, I mean, in Switzerland, we always expect the best of everything, but the quality of the cuisine, Pamela remarked, was so exceptional, including all of the other beautiful, cozy, yet elegant spaces. It's just really a gorgeous destination. Pamela, do you have questions?
I do, and I just want to expand on that a little bit. It is a stunning property, as we see in the presentation. I was there in such a beautiful period of winter, and it's like a fairy tale. It's gorgeous. The views are insane, and in the summer as well. Of course, the food is fantastic. Katja, can you tell our audience how many restaurants are on property?
7. I was showing one of the restaurants, the Kulm Country Club. This is one of the 7 restaurants. We have 4 restaurants within the property and 3 restaurants outside of the property.
Amazing. And
but close by. I mean, maximum 5 minutes walking. But we, of course, also provide shuttles.
Fantastic. Yeah, all of the spaces surrounding the property are close, walkable, and beautiful walks as well. The country club is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about the layout of the country club? You have the interior rooms, and then you have the garden space. During the winter, is it possible to host a wedding at the country club?
Yes, we can host weddings on the country club in all our seasons. It's just in winter time we do not have the grass field in front of the country club. There's a huge ice rink. In wintertime, we have a natural ice rink belonging to the hotel, and this is located there. So events then outside. But anyways, I would not recommend doing events outside. I mean, during the day, having a ceremony on the mountain, for example, this is beautiful on a sunny day. But don't forget the altitudes, and it can be also very cold, especially in winter. And Pamela, I know you experienced that. So if guests are planning a winter wedding, we also recommend to do most of the events inside. And in the country club, you have a bar level and you have the restaurant level with the private dining and the terrace on both levels.
Beautiful, fantastic, beautiful. And how
Maybe I can add something different. It just because of the cuisine at the country club, we have more international cuisine, where we have also Italian restaurant, we have Swiss restaurant, and we have a Peruvian restaurant and a fine dining restaurant.
And I tried all of them, and they were all, all delicious and phenomenal. Perfect. And then do many guests arrive via train from Zurich? How far is the train station from the property?
The train station is 5 minutes away from the property, but we of course provide complimentary shuttle from the train station, and and also for groups, for little groups, we can organize that.
And that's also a beautiful experience. Is the the train station to the property, everything is just high touch and really wonderful. And then overall, can you just repeat for the audience once more what the maximum guest capacity is in your largest venue space?
In the largest venue space, probably I go back to the slides. It's just, you see just a small corner of it, but actually this is the biggest ballroom in St. Moritz with which can accommodate up to 350 guests. And then there's still space for a band and for a stage. You could squeeze in 400, but this is not something we would recommend for a wedding.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's such a stunning, amazing property.
Brava.
Thank you.
Turn. What else? Merci. What is it's German.
It's a danke, merci, grazie fitch, which is our local language, and grazie, because you also speak Italian.
Beautiful.
In Switzerland.
We look forward to seeing you soon. And now we are going to finally, Joe, you're such a gentleman, you let the ladies go first. Thank you so much. Joe represents Rayavadee, which is a gorgeous property in Thailand, in Krabi. Joe, we are waiting to hear all about it. Please share.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I'm just trying to make this the full screen. There it is. So I'm based on the East Coast of America, between New York and New Jersey. I represent the Rayavadee Krabi, which is a leading hotel of the world. And this is a picture of where the hotel lives. It actually lives nestled in this coconut plantation here. The only way to get to Krabi is, well, first of all, to get to Krabi, you can connect through any major gateway in Asia, Singapore, Hong Kong, the Philippines. And once you fly down to Krabi, the only way to get to our resort is by boat. We pick your clients up at the airport, bring them to our private jetty, and then scoot them over to our resort. So where you can see on the map here, where Rayavadee is actually located, it's inside a national park. So we're the only hotel that is only accessible by water. There's a lot of other hotels that you can get to by car, but the benefit of us being located, getting to by water, is that it's quite a secluded location. So you don't have trucks and cars and horns and all those noises that go with traffic, because there's no motorized vehicles allowed in our peninsula. So this is the speedboat that takes you across to the hotel. As you can see, it's actually being constructed within this coconut plantation. So most of the coconut trees are still there. So it's got a very rustic, like a jungle feel to it, I would say. And we're surrounded by 3 beaches. 2 of them are crystal clear, and the other one is where the boats come in. So people can walk along it, but you don't generally swim on that side. This is the style of the accommodation. They're called pavilions. Downstairs, you have the living area with a half bath. And then upstairs, you have the master bedroom with the master's ensuite. And from that category, we go all the way up through, you know, a family pavilion, which has 2 bedrooms, then a family villa, which has a 345 square feet, which in America is about 3,500 feet. That's the interior of the family villa. This is one of our private villas that are right on the beach. This is the living area. As you can see, it looks out onto the beaches. This is one of our 2-bedroom villas located on another beach. So you can see it's very flat. A lot of people have yoga here and exercises. This is the interior, again, looking out onto this beautiful beach. This is your bathtub. If you, just to let you know, people are not on the beach when you're taking your bath in the evening. It's not a private beach because private beaches aren't allowed in Thailand. But after about 4 o'clock, when all the snorkelers have gone home, you really do have it to yourself. This is an evening shot. And then we have these 2, which are 3-bedroom villas. And so if we've got an extended family or if somebody wanted to have a small wedding, there's a walkway that links the 2 of them. So you could have technically 6 bedrooms and your own private swimming pool. Raya Dining is our breakfast, lunch and dinner restaurant. It does buffet style and a la carte. We have the Kru Farang, which is our Thai restaurant, which overlooks a beautiful cove. In the evening, it's a very romantic spot because out on the sea, you see all the twinkling lights of the fishing boats. This is probably our most romantic restaurant. It's called the Grotto. It's actually inside a cave. That's sand on the floor, and none of the tables and chairs are locked down. So if the guests wanted us to move it closer to the water, we could move the table out for them. And of course, weddings. And we're renowned for destination weddings in the Asia Pacific region, largely because of our topography. There's no hotel that has this sort of a rustic, back to nature feel. This is one place that people can have their reception. It's called the Umbrella Tree Court. The Grotto, of course, which we just looked at. This is in the evening, what it looks like from inside the cave. We have our lawn, the coconut lawn. We can have as many as 2 people to 70 people at a wedding. We like to try and keep them small, largely because we've only got about 100 keys, and we want to make sure that it's the only activity that's going on in the hotel at any one time. And of course, poolside, they can also, and they can have traditional Thai weddings if they want. We bring in the monks and they bless the couple and pour water into their hands. And so all of our information, of course, is on Wedaways. We've got lots of testimonials. I won't read them out to you, but if you just go into TripAdvisor and type in Rayavadee weddings, you'll find a number of testimonials. We have private excursions out to some of the surrounding uninhabited islands where we actually can drop the couple off for the day with a walkie-talkie, and when they're ready to come back, we come and get them. And these are little critters that we have at the resort. And I've just got another presentation very quickly, if I can.
Yes. While you're looking for that presentation, I do want to say that on Wedaways.com, the property has beautiful photographs, beautiful wedding photographs,
Yeah.
which we are always posting to Instagram, and they're just gorgeous. We've had clients there we had clients that had a 2-people wedding and then a larger group, and it's just a very magical, surreal sort of experience.
Yeah. It's very unique. These are the images that are on Wedaways, so I thought I'd share them with your audience. As you can see, it's just pristine. It's all about the nature.
We're still looking at the monkeys.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think maybe it's frozen. I'm not sure, but we are definitely looking at a little family.
Ah, because here it says.
Now it's me.
Okay. How about now?
Now it's there. Those are the famous pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just briefly go through them so you can get an idea of the scenery for photography of a wedding is just unbelievably magical. And I don't know if any of you have been to Thailand, but Thailand treasures its hospitality. And I think that most of our weddings have come for this environment. That's what they really want to see and be a part of. And it's truly unique. It will stay with them forever.
Gorgeous.
This is the cave again.
It's so cool. That picture is so iconic.
Yeah. It's stunning. And also we've got a complete wedding department because although we don't get that many from the US, we get a lot from the region. A lot of Singaporeans come up and get married there, Hong Kong. It's a very, very unique environment. And also on the website, and I think you've got it on Wedaways as well, there's actually a wedding guide so that if people are thinking about Thailand, it's a guide that answers all those questions. When's the best time to get married? Is it legal to get married in Thailand? And all those questions that I'm sure many Americans would like to have the answer to before they consider Thailand. But it is in general a very inexpensive destination to get married.
If you'd like to share that informational guide that we can have in our files, when there's an inquiry, our staff can just easily pull something and share it with anyone.
I'll send it to you as soon as we're done today.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Any questions?
We do have some questions. What a beautiful property. Firstly, I want to say, and unbelievable backdrop. Just incredible. Can you repeat what the capacity is at the grotto venue space?
The grotto, the capacity is between 40 and 50 people.
Okay.
And that's really where people want to get married. Because we're in a national park, you technically cannot get married on the beach, but let me show you a photo that that will show you how close you are to the beach when you get married.
It's interesting, you know, if you face one direction, you're facing the jungle. If you face the other direction, you're facing the shore. It's just incredible.
Yeah, you can see where I've got my pointer now. This is all sand, but there's a little tiny wall here, and then you step down to the beach. So people who want to get married on the beach will stand in this section just in front of the wall. So they've got the backdrop of the sunset or whatever happening behind them. So it always looks like you're on the beach, but technically you're about 2 feet off the beach.
Amazing.
Beautiful. And how far is this from the property, the rooms on property?
Well, it's on 26 acres, so it's very spread out, but we have buggies that take people from their rooms to any of our locations. We have bikes on the property, so if people want to cycle, they're obviously not going to cycle in their wedding. But it's about a 5-minute walk, I would say, from the furthest room.
Fantastic. Perfect. And do you have kitchens in this area?
We do. Yeah. The grotto is renowned for its barbecues. We do seafood barbecues. We do meat barbecues, all the vegetable accompaniments, and we also do Thai dishes. So it really just depends on what the clients want. But we've got, you know, a kitchen here, and then we have 4 restaurants. So we can bring international cuisine down to this location, or if they want to have Thai food, we can do Thai food. So
amazing. Amazing. Wow. It's such a unique and stunning destination.
Yeah.
The destinations and properties that we visited today are so different from one another. And that's what made it so exciting about putting this together, because we knew we were going to see Thailand and we were going to see the north of Greece, and then we smack dab in that warmth of Switzerland. So it's just been an amazing journey. And it is a small world, how we can all come together. We thank you, Wedaways, from our family to yours. Thank you all for sharing your beautiful and unique properties with us. And any materials that you have that you would like us to continue to share with our audience, send it to us. It will be our great pleasure. And we are looking forward to traveling again in 2021. We're going to get on the road and come and visit you. And to our audience, thank you for spending the time with us. It is always a great privilege and joy for us to know that you're spending the time exclusively to spend with Wedaways. And on Thursday this week, same time, same station, we are going to be visiting Villa La Massa in Florence, Italy. We're going back to Switzerland. Katja will be sharing the sister property, Grand Hotel Kronenhof, and we are going to Portugal. It will be our first visit to Portugal since May on our Wedaways, Getaways webinars, and we're going to be going into another national park outside of Lisbon. So we hope you tune in and you check it out once we broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, from our family to yours, thank you so much. It was a great joy, and we look forward to seeing everyone again very soon. Ciao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.